Christian McCaffrey is one of the few running backs we've seen here on the show who could be selected in the first round. He broke Barry Sanders' single-season record for all-purpose yards as a sophomore at Stanford, and he's been one of the most exciting players in college football over the past 3 years. He began to flash his NFL potential when he was a freshman at Valor Christian High School in Denver. Despite his youth, he was too talented to keep on the sideline.
When Christian came in, we tried to really try to hold him back as much as we could, and what we found was it was tough because he kept fighting his way onto the field early.
I definitely felt a lot of pressure, and I was always nervous coming in, but with the help of my teammates, they all got me in a comfortable setting to where I could feel comfortable around everyone and play.
His speed and versatility will make him a tempting option for some team in the mid to late first round. The first running back selected in this draft, though, may very well be LSU's Leonard Fournette. At 6 feet tall and 240 pounds, Fournette has excellent size for a running back. Throw in his 4.5 40-yard dash, and he has a very rare combination of size and speed. He's the #1 high school prospect in the nation when he played at St. Augustine High School in New Orleans.
My father always preached to me, don't be a follower, be a leader. When it comes down to business, I'm serious. I want to get better, and I also want my other players to get better. As individuals, I want to see a difference in everybody.
While injuries slowed down his production in his junior season, he looks completely healthy now, and he might not last too long in the first round of the draft. Florida State's Dalvin Cook also looks NFL ready. Despite battling some nagging injuries, he was in the top 10 in the nation in rushing each of the past 2 seasons. We first saw his speed out of the backfield during his days at Miami Central High School when he was paired with Joseph Yearby, who played at the University of Miami and is also hoping to be selected in this year's draft.
My best friends are probably speed, probably the speed back more. I probably just run past you.
Expect Cook to be selected sometime in the mid to late first round. There's no position more closely analyzed than quarterback, and no QB in this draft has a college resume quite like Deshaun Watson. Over the past 2 years, he's been a 2-time Heisman finalist. He's been to the national championship game twice, and he capped his career with an unforgettable comeback victory over Alabama. Winning a championship in his junior season was a bit of deja vu for Deshaun, as he did the same thing in his junior year at Gainesville High School in Georgia.
Rolling out is Watson. He's going to tuck it, and he's in. Touchdown, Gainesville.
Going into the state championship game, I said, he's going to get a big audience, statewide audience, because it's shown statewide TV, and I said he's going to get a chance to show what he can do in front of a state crowd, and he did.
The big win was actually something Deshaun boldly predicted 4 years earlier.
It meant a lot. I was coming into the game, and I always wanted to play for a state championship, and actually I told one of my friends in 7th grade that my junior year, we're going to go to the state championship and win it, and, it happened. So that was a big thing, and, just winning for the community. They always wanted it, been there 6 times and never get the chance to bring it home. So, I told myself and my teammates that, hey, we're going to, that night, we're going to, turn up and, win it and bring that first state championship home to Gainesville.
While Watson has the big arm, the accuracy, and the mobility to get him noticed, it's his knowledge of the game that separates him from many. As a youngster, when he wasn't making bold predictions about winning state titles, he was studying the game, absorbing as much information as he could.
My older brother, he played football, and I grew up around there, and I used to always just go out there and, watch, be a water boy, and, interact with the team. And, I just love every day I'm, watching YouTube highlights from, team guys from Utah, from, Florida or Georgia. So, I'm always watching football every day and, picturing myself making plays, and I guess that just made me a better player.
For Deshaun, the game slows down. His field awareness, what's going on, his control of what's happening on the field, and his control to manage the game, I think is just tremendous qualities that it's just hard to teach.
4 years ago, Deshaun's high school coach was cautiously optimistic that his young signal caller could win at the highest level.
I'm not trying to jinx him or anything, but if he can stay healthy and keep his head on straight and make great decisions, which he's done in high school, I think the ceiling, who knows where he can go. I think he could be a quarterback in the NFL one day. He's such a good athlete that I think there's a lot of things he could do in pro football.
It looks like Coach Miller is going to be right. Deshaun leaves Clemson as a school legend, and he may be the first quarterback taken in this year's draft.